baby?
Hindi na.
Hindi na may akit. Doon kami sa kabila. Para makarami kami.
Gusto mo ba?
Hindi na. Hindi ka na. Para hindi mo nakakapagod. Ang daming pupuntahan. 6 ata, 7. Yung Garden of Edens.
Hirap lang wala ano dito.
Garden of Eden pala yun.
Yung sunglasses, ang hirap. Saktan ba ito siguro?
Bulag dito. Bulag ka dito.
Ano?
Tanda lang ha.
Tingnan natin yun. Here's a cool fact while you take in this view. These are the famous window arches in Arches National Park. And they're part of a landscape that's been shaped for over 300 million years. Imagine? The rock you're looking at started as ancient sand dunes that eventually hardened into sandstone. The arches themselves didn't form overnight. Over millions of years, rain, wind, freezing, and thawing, and even gravity slowly carved away the rock. Scientists call this process erosion, and it's still happening today, even if it's way too slow for us to notice. One of the coolest things about this area is that it is home to more than 2,000 documented natural stone arches, the highest concentration anywhere in the world. Every arch is unique with its own shape, size, and story. It is pretty wild to think that every little crack and curve you see is the result, of millions of years of nature doing its thing. Definitely makes you appreciate this place a little more.
Kaya kami hawakan niya niya. Hindi, kaya yung may handle na ganito. Ano yung bata? Hindi na-appreciate pa yun.
Over here is Red Arch, and it's one of the most recognizable arches in the park, and it gets its name because the rock tower next to it looks like the thread of a castle. One of the coolest things is that you can actually walk right up to it and even stand inside the opening for a completely different perspective. How cool, right? Maganda nakaupo tayo, tapos nasa likod yan. Parang ganun lang, video lang na nakatalikod. So maganda ano. If you look through the arch, you can often see the north and south window arches lined up in the distance, which makes for one of the most iconic view in the park. It's kind of crazy how all these formations were created by the same natural forces over millions of years, yet every arch ended up with its unique shape and personality.
Lamig ng hangin, ang sarap sa pag nasa lilim. Ang cute nun. Basta dapat may flash. Kasi against the light. Pinakamahirap na pagbaba, no, Astrid. Bigat. Mawala ka. Ayun, car. Ayun ang car. Nasaan ang first car? Na? Oh, car. Ayun, yung car natin. Andun. Hindi yung ball. Eh, where's the ball? Huh? A is for apple. C is for cat.
Okay na.
Dog. Thank you.
Alright, check this out. This is Balance Rock, one of the most famous landmarks in Arches National Park. It stands about 128 feet tall, and the huge boulder sitting on top is estimated to weigh around 3,600 tons. Imagine? And here's the crazy part. It's not going to stay like this forever. As erosion continues, the base will eventually become too thin to support the top, and one day the whole thing will collapse. Sadly. No one knows when that will happen, but until then, it's one of the coolest natural balancing acts you'll ever see in here.
Teka.
Next is Park Avenue. And this place honestly feels like nature created its own city skyline. As the drone moves above these towering red rock formations, you can see why early visitors gave this area its name. The tall sandstone walls reminded them of the famous skyscrapers lining New York's Park Avenue. But instead of glass and steel, this skyline was carved by millions of years of wind, water, and erosion. Each massive rock tower has its own unique shape and story, making this one of the most unforgettable views in Utah. Standing here, it is easy to see why Arches National Park is one of the most incredible landscapes in the world, where, nature takes the place of buildings and creates a masterpiece of its own.
Ganda.
Ganda naman ng camera na to. Ito pala magandang pang-vlog talaga.
Ganda na nga eh. Maliit pa.
Ito na yung natapunta namin yung sand dunes. So sand dunes dahil sand. I think tanggaling yung sand from the rocks din. Pag yung mahangin, napupulbo siya.
Ganon.
Oo, oo. Ganyan. So,
Baby, taas. Oh my God, baby, dito na lang.
ha?
Teka, ito.
Ayan,
Now we're at Devil's Garden, home to some of the most incredible rock formations in Arches National Park. This area has the park's longest hiking trail, leading to several famous arches, including Landscape Arch, which is the longest natural rock arch in North America, stretching about 306 feet. As you hike through Devil's Garden, you'll also pass towering sandstone fins, narrow rock walls, and hidden arches, making it feel like you're walking through a natural maze. It's one of those places where every turn has another incredible view waiting for you.
Ayun na, baba na yung sunset. Sakto. Ang
Akyatan.
grabe, sobrang steep
Oh, yeah.
kasi viewpoint. So, talagang tinaas agad nila para mas mabilis yung hike.
Andun yung ano, ayun
Mga
o.
15 minutes lang, no?
Hindi yung, dapat hike namin yon pero 2 hours pala yung hike.
2 hours daw.
2 hours,
Tapos
so.
yung sunset, 30 minutes na lang, bababa na.
Yan na.
And finally, this is the one everyone comes to see, Delicate Arch. It is the most famous symbol of Utah and one of the most recognizable natural arches in the world. Standing about 52 feet tall, this massive sandstone arch was formed over millions of years through erosion. Unlike some other arches in the park, Delicate Arch stands completely on its own, with no wall or cliff supporting it, which makes it even more impressive. The name Delicate Arch actually fits perfectly because it looks so thin and fragile, even though it's been standing here through countless years of wind, rain, snow, and extreme temperatures, which is so cool. It's pretty amazing to think that something this iconic was created entirely by nature. After seeing all these places, it really puts into perspective how much time and patience went into creating this landscape. Alright, that's a wrap from Arches National Park. Hope you enjoyed the views and all the cool stories behind these amazing rocks. Thanks for coming along with us. Check out our other videos for more adventures. See you next time!
Take me to